Teri Garr has died. She was an actor who was known for her parts in Young Frankenstein and Tootsie. Garr was nominated for an Oscar for Tootsie. Her strange comedies won her a lot of friends. The world is saddened by the death of Teri Garr, who was a truly amazing artist. Tonight is a party here for actress Teri Garr. She made every role she played better, from Pretty Little Liars to Close Encounters and Tootsie, who made a lot of people happy and laugh. Garr was loved by many for her quick wit, charm, and amazing acts. Her death has left fans and friends very sad. Even so, many things about her death are still unknown. What did her last moments look like? Also, what does she leave behind? Come along as we reveal the shocking truth about the sad death of Teri Garr, the actress from Golden Era. Hollywood has a terrible loss. As a TV show becomes a big hit, things get bad in Hollywood. Teri Garr dies at age 79 after a problem with her multiple sclerosis. Reports say that this famous actress, who was known for playing comedic parts, has had a number of health problems for many years, but has kept them hidden with a warm smile and an open heart. She had a brain tumor in December 2006, which put her in a coma for a week and almost killed her. Garr told CNN in 2008 that she had laid down to sleep and her daughter couldn't wake her up. Garr was taken to the hospital right away thanks to her daughter calling 911. Doctors there made holes in her head and put a coil inside to stop the bleeding. She was in a coma for a week and then had to go through 2 months of recovery. During that time, she had to learn how to walk, talk, and think again through speech, occupational, and physical therapy. Garr said that her health problems were like a strange gift because they made her slow down and think about what was important. But there's more to it than that. Before she died, Garr said that her symptoms started slowly while she was shooting Tootsie in the early 1980s. It took almost 20 years for her to finally get a diagnosis. In 2002, she told CNN's Larry King that it began with small things like tripping while running in the park, and also going through tingly feelings in her arms. It took a long time, and was difficult for Garr to get a diagnosis. When she started walking with a limp, the doctors first thought it might be an issue with her bones or a pinched nerve. She talked to 11 doctors before she finally got an answer. In 1999, she was told she had multiple sclerosis, which she told Closer Weekly. The main cause of MS is still not well understood. On the other hand, the National Multiple Sclerosis Society says that the disease may be caused by a mix of genes, external factors, and even infections. Garr's family hasn't said what exactly went wrong with her MS that led to her death. Even though Garr had a lot of health problems, his life was full of amazing accomplishments and an impact that lived on for decades in movies and TV shows. Her lively personality and acting skills made her an icon of strength and charm, seen on screens all over the world. Let's look more closely at her amazing work and the things she did that made her life what it was. The great legacy of Teri Garr, who was known for her comedic skills and memorable parts in movies and TV shows. Teri became a screen icon for her charm and humor. Her name was put forward for both an Academy Award and a British Academy Film Award, leaving a memory with her unique style. She was mostly raised in North Hollywood, California. Her father was a humor actor and her mother was a costume designer. After living in New Jersey for a short time, the family went to Los Angeles. Teri's father died of a heart attack when she was 11 years old, leaving her mother to take care of the family. Teri looked up to her mother for being strong while she raised 3 kids. Putting one through medical school is even possible. For Teri and her brothers to be able to pay their school, they often needed scholarships or worked for lessons. This made her work harder. Teri has loved dance since she was a child. She took ballet very seriously and would often practice for hours until her feet hurt. To learn from the best, she rode buses all over Los Angeles. She went to college for 2 years after finishing from Hollywood High School before moving to New York City to become an actress. They taught her at the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute and the Actors Studio. She learned ballet and other types of dance as a child and started her acting career in small parts on TV and in movies when she was a teenager. She was a dancer in 9 Elvis Presley movies, which is pretty cool. She left Los Angeles to study acting at the Lee Strasberg Institute in New York after briefly going to college. An episode of Star Trek gave her her big break. She became famous after being nominated for Best Supporting Actress for her role as an aspiring actress in Tootsie, Young Frankenstein, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, After Hours, and The Conversation are just a few of the great movies that Garr was in. Oh God, The Black Stallion, Mr. Mom, Let It Ride, Dumb and Dumber, Predator, Porter, Michael, and Ghost World are some of the other movies she's been in. Late night shows like The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, and Late Night with David Letterman loved having Garr as a guest because of how funny she was. She was also in the popular TV show Friends. In the year 2002, Garr told everyone about her fight with multiple sclerosis, which eventually made it hard for her to perform, so she quit in 2011. Teri Garr worked hard and followed his dreams to move up the career ladder in Hollywood. Each small part he got led to a bigger one. Her rise to fame as a beloved comedian is shown here, going from one job to the next. Teri Garr used to go by the name Teri when she first started out. A numerologist told her that she would have better luck if she changed her name by leaving off the extra R. This change set her on the path to fame in Hollywood. Teri's very first movie job was in a small part in a hit movie. She tried out for a traveling company of West Side Story while she was still in high school. There she met David Winters, who became a very important person in her life. Winters saw how good she was and hired her to do go-go dances for many movies and TV shows. Several Elvis Presley movies and popular TV musicals are among them. Teri learned how to dance by taking on these early roles. She made friends and gained knowledge that would help her later on. Soon, she was in old TV shows like Star Trek and The Monkees, where her funny side and bright personality shone through. Garr quickly rose through the ranks of Hollywood thanks to her natural ability and charm. She got parts in well-known movies like The Conversation, which made people in the business respect her. Her performance as Dr. Frankenstein's strange helper Inga in Young Frankenstein stood out and showed how well she could combine comedy and heart. In Close Encounters of the Third Kind, she continued to shine, making it clear that she was a versatile actor. When she worked with Dustin Hoffman in the hit comedy Tootsie, it was her big break. She was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for the part, which made her a famous and skilled actress in Hollywood. After this hit, Garr had fun with parts in Mr. Mom and Martin Scorsese's After Hours, showing that she could shine in both funny and important roles. A new group of fans also discovered her through her guest role on Friends as Phoebe Buffay's estranged birth mother. Garr has also been in movies like Dumb and Dumber and Pret-a-Porter, which shows how popular she is and how well she can fit into different types of stories. It was a bad turn of events when Teri Garr told everyone that she had been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Even though the disease made it harder for her to work in Hollywood, she stayed a positive influence, taking on small parts like in Unaccompanied Minors and continuing to inspire people with her spirit. She eventually stopped acting, but she kept working to bring attention to multiple sclerosis and used her fame to help others who were going through the same things. She wrote an autobiography called Flooring It Through Hollywood, which came out in 2006. It tells the story of how she dealt with her health problems while managing the highs and lows of Hollywood. Teri Garr's strength and drive not only left a lasting mark on the entertainment world, but she also became a symbol of hope and strength for many, showing that with hard work and a good attitude, anyone can get through life's problems. Many people praise Garr as a comedic genius, with a lot of friends and critics who love her unique style. She was so charming that film writer Pauline Kael called her the funniest new rock dizzy dame on the screen in 1982. Many people in the business were influenced by her, and artists like Jenna Fischer and Tina Fey were inspired to try comedy with the same bravery she did. When Garr died, her influence shone through in the memories of the people who worked with her. David Letterman, host of the late-night talk show Late Show, thought she was one of the show's all-time best guests. He said she added a special something to the shows and called her a first-class actor, comedian, and nice person. Mel Brooks, who directed her in Young Frankenstein, said that her sense of humor and lively energy made shooting fun. Dustin Hoffman, who co-starred with her in Tootsie, said that Teri was smart and had a good heart. Steve Martin, Michael Keaton, Richard Dreyfuss, Lisa Kudrow, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael McKean, Paul Feig, and Francis Ford Coppola were just a few of the actors and directors who paid tribute to her memory with their own happy memories. As Teri Garr rose through the ranks of Hollywood, her talent and beauty wowed audiences. It's hard not to think about her love life. Was it as bright and lively as her job? A love life full of surprises. In the early 1980s, Roger Birnbaum, a film executive, was happily married to Teri Garr for 7 years. After they broke up, she fell in love again with Dr. David Kipper, who she met through the famous Carrie Fisher. They were together for 7 years as well. Teri got married to John O'Neill, a builder, in 1993. In the same year, they adopted a girl and named her Molly O'Neill. The sad news is that the couple broke up in 1996. She is making her own mark in the world while remembering her mother's memory through her daughter, Molly O'Neill. Molly is known for more than just being Teri's daughter. She has a story all her own. Growing up with the shine and success of show business all around you, Molly O'Neill is different from other popular kids not only because her mom is famous, but also because she really wants to follow her own dreams. She saw the good and bad of the show business as she grew up and learned lessons that have changed the way she thinks about life and her job. Many people might think that being Teri Garr's daughter would make things easy, but Molly shows that the only ways to really succeed are to work hard and be true to yourself. Let's learn more about her and find out how she's finding her way in a world full of demands while still staying true to her roots. The girl named Molly was born in Los Angeles, USA. Molly Garr grew up in a warm setting with people from the entertainment business. She is the only child of actress Teri Garr and her ex-partner. She learned about acting, production, and the artistic arts from a very young age. which had a big effect on her own goals. In this exciting world, Molly worked hard at school and eventually graduated from the University of California, Los Angeles, where she studied fine arts. Molly O'Neill has been inspired by her mother's successful work, but she is also determined to follow her own unique goals, which are driven by her love of the arts, especially writing and art. Molly has been in a lot of creative projects, like short films and art shows, where she has shown off her skills and unique point of view. Her goal is to make a place in the business where she can be herself and say what she wants. It's very important to Molly O'Neill that she gets along well with her mother, Teri Garr. Teri has been an inspiration and help to Molly her whole life, showing her how important it is to work hard, not give up, and be true to yourself. Teri has created a stable and caring setting for Molly that has helped her do well, even though being famous comes with some problems. Molly has been able to follow her dreams while staying true to herself thanks to this strong bond. But there are some problems that come with being the daughter of famous parents. It's not always easy for Molly O'Neill to deal with how people see her and what they expect from her. It can be hard for Molly to keep up her mother's tradition, but she deals with these problems with strength. She embraces her uniqueness and focuses on her interests instead of giving in to pressures from other people. Molly O'Neill is very interested in many things besides her art. These hobbies show how lively she is. She gets ideas from different cultures and events around the world, for example, when she travels. In addition, Molly cares a lot about the earth and supports long-term solutions. Through charitable work that fits with her beliefs, she shows that she wants to make a change in the world outside of entertainment. Molly O'Neill finds it very important to keep her home life and work life in balance. She values her ties with family and friends and makes time for them a top priority. Molly posts bits and pieces of her personal life on social media, mainly about her creative projects and travels. Because she is so open, her fans can connect with her on a human level, which bridges the gap between her public and private selves. Molly O'Neill has a bright future as she continues her path in the show business. She is going to make a name for herself with her unique ideas, talent, and drive, whether through her art or her work as an advocate. Molly is committed to being real and accepting herself as she is. As Teri Garr's daughter, her story is one of inspiration, strength, and following your dreams. It reminds us that our roots and our goals shape who we are. When we think about Teri Garr's life, her death makes us sad think about all the other beloved stars we've lost this year. What else did someone else do in 2024 that will never be forgotten? Big names we lost in 2024. Phil Lesh died on October 25th at the age of 84. He was a drummer who played a lot of music and helped start the Grateful Dead. Lesh was born in Berkeley, California on March 15, 1940. He met Jerry Garcia in 1959 and quickly joined Garcia's band, the Warlocks, in the early 1960s. In 1965, Lesh, Garcia, Bob Weir, Ron Pigpen McKernan, and Bill Kreutzmann joined forces to form the Grateful Dead. This band changed rock music and became a cultural phenomenon. Bob Dylan called Lesh one of the best bassists you'll ever hear for his subtlety and creativity. Lesh was known for creating new ways to play the bass. The Grateful Dead had a huge impact on music all over the world until Garcia died in 1995. After Garcia's death, Lesh and other members of the Dead continued to carry on the band's tradition through projects like The Dead, The Other Ones, and more. In 1994, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and in 2007, they received a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. More awards are planned for the future Kennedy Center honors. Last but not least, on October 23rd, the singer Jack Jones, who was known for his smooth voice and performance of the Love Boat song, died. Jones, 86, died peacefully with his family and friends by his side after a long fight with leukemia. Jones won 2 Grammy Awards and put out more than 50 records during his lifetime. He was known for his smooth vocals and ability to captivate audiences. Famous people like Judy Garland looked up to him. Some people said he was the best jazz singer in the world, and he left his mark on American pop classics like Wives and Lovers and Lollipops and Roses. Ron Ely died on October 23rd at the age of 86. He was best known for playing Tarzan Assin on TV from 1966 to 1968. Ely was known for giving the famous jungle character a more sophisticated look, but his legacy went beyond that part. He had a long and successful acting career. Among the shows he was in were Father Knows Best, Wonder Woman, and Fantasy Island. However, he was often cast as Tarzan. Off-screen, Ely's personal life was terrible when his wife died in a terrible accident in 2019. When police arrived at a domestic dispute, they found actor Ron Ely's dead wife. Doc Savage, The Man of Bronze, a movie he played in 1978, showed how versatile he was and how dedicated he was to his job. On October 22nd, tragedy struck when 34-year-old survivalist Sarah Dancer died from injuries she received in a car accident. She had been a lively player on Discovery's Naked and Afraid and other reality survival shows. Dancer had lived in Hawaii for a long time and worked as a beloved boat captain and diving teacher. She was known for her love of adventure and positivity. Her family and friends remembered her as wonderful and full of good energy that affected everyone she met. On October 16th, Liam Payne, who was famous for being in the band One Direction, died in a terrible accident. He was 31 years old. Pryor worked in both movies and soap operas, and fans will always remember the parts she played. Fellow actor John Lasseter also died this October at the age of 95. He was best known for his part as Vampire Hunter Doctor. Peter Guthrie on Dark Shadows? Lasseter left a legacy in film and TV that spanned 25 years. The French actor Michel Blanc died on October 4th. He was loved for both his comedic and dramatic roles. At 72, Blanc's role as Jean-Claude Duss in Les Bronze and his award-winning performance in Monsieur here made him a monument of French film, and President Emmanuel Macron paid tribute to him in a very moving speech. Alan Bly, who won an Emmy for writing for the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour and The Andy Williams Show, died on October 4th at the age of 87. Through work with comedians like Steve Martin and Carl Gottlieb, he left a tradition of laughter. Christopher Ciccone died on October 4th at the age of 63. He was the younger brother of pop star Madonna and a skilled dancer and creative expert. Life with My Sister Madonna, Ciccone's honest autobiography, shows how his life and work were connected to his sister's meteoric rise, which led to them becoming close again. In the last few years of his life, his death was a sad event, and Madonna paid homage to their friendship in a moving song. In September, other well-known people also died. On September 30th, Frank Fritz, former co-host of American Pickers, died at the age of 60. Mike Wolfe, his co-host, remembered the times they spent on the road together and said nice things about Fritz's friendliness and love of old things. Ken Page, who played memorable roles in Cats, The Wiz, and The Nightmare Before Christmas as Oogie Boogie, also died on September 30th. He was 70 years old. Gavin Creel died at age 48 from cancer. He won a Tony Award for his work on Hello, Dolly in the Book of Mormon. Finally, Chris Christopherson, a giant in country music and movies, died on September 28th at the age of 88. Christopherson had a big effect on both music and movies with his rough voice and beautiful songs. Christopherson's contributions to entertainment spanned decades and genres, cementing his reputation as a beloved artist who could do many things well. He was known for hits like Me and Bobby McGee and his role in A Star is Born. When he died, an age came to an end, leaving behind a trail of hits and memories for friends and admirers all over the world. When these stars die, it makes us think of how talented they were and how their contributions to entertainment will live on. What effect did Teri Garr's funny work have on people after she died? How did her fight with multiple sclerosis change the way people thought about it? Please tell us what you think in the comments. Sign up for more and read more. Also, click on the next video that comes up. It will be fun for you.